I'm in my car. I just came out from Running Free, a place that sells running shoes and many other things. I like buying my running shoes there because I get the right fit and the right brand that I like. Been going there for many years. I highly recommend them. I met a young man in there that totally impressed me. He's a wise young man. I enjoyed our conversation. We got to talking, and I told him what I do, that I drive for Uber and Lyft occasionally, so that I can meet the new generation coming in here from traditional parents. And I said most of them are suffering with anxiety and stress. New job, new country, boyfriend, girlfriend problem, schoolwork problem, financial problem, and so on. And they're suffering in silence because many of the parents did not leave a safe space for the kids to be honest without any judgment. So they're filled with anxiety and stress. And I take the blinders off and I give them an alternative way of looking at life. Some of them cry with relief. Over 100 left my car telling me they were thinking of committing suicide, but not anymore. The saddest part about all this is that the parents have no idea what their kids are suffering with. I wish if they open more of a communication and make it easier for the kids to talk to them. When I say kids, it can be from 12 up to 40, it doesn't matter. To be honest, without any judgment. We tend to judge too often and too quickly. So as I was chatting with this young man, I says, listen, you mind if I tell you a story? I have over 1,000 stories that I can tell that happen in the car with customers. He says, yes. I said, listen, there was one guy that came in the car and he felt very comfortable chatting with me. He started talking about something I don't normally talk about in the car, but it perked up my ears because I have my bachelor in theology and other degrees also. He says, man, I'm thinking of changing religion. I go, really? He says, yes. He says he's thinking of getting into Buddhism. I go, Buddhism? I said, bro, Buddhism is a philosophy. It's a way of life. It's not a religion. He says, really? I go, yeah. I said, never mind that. Why are you getting into Buddhism? He says, I'm getting into Buddhism because I'm seeking happiness through meditation, philosophy, and listed off a few things. I go, okay. I says, you're seeking happiness. I said, can I ask you a question? He says, yes. He says, if I give you $1 million right now, would you be happy? He says, yes. He says, if I take it away from you tomorrow, would you be unhappy? He says, yes, of course. I says, bro, you know what you've just done? He says, what? He says, you've just given me the definition of what happiness is. You go, what's that? I says, your happiness is based on a reaction to a certain circumstance. If it's something that appeals to you, you'll be very happy. Somebody tells you you're handsome, you're pretty, you're happy. Somebody, do something nice for you, you're happy. You get a promotion, you're happy. You get a new car, you're happy. Like these things, certain things. If you look for those certain circumstances every day, you'll be more miserable. I says, I have something better than that. He said, what's that? I says, I'm at peace all day. I don't look for happiness. He said, really? He said, how do you achieve that? I said, well, it is based mostly on my faith and belief. But however, the way I live my life is this way. When I get up in the morning, I go about telling the truth, doing what's right no matter the cost. But first thing first, I give God thanks for one more day. Because many people had plans for today and it wouldn't be fulfilled. I get the opportunity and I'm blessed to live another day, see another day, so I give God thanks for that day. And I go about telling the truth and doing what's right no matter the cost. He says, what do you mean by doing what's right? Why don't you do what's good? I says, well, many people today do good when they have excess money in their pocket, or when somebody is watching or videotaping, or when they expect good karma or blessings from God or gratitude from that individual. But for me, I do what's right, and doing the right thing could cost me my life, and doing the right thing, I'm still doing what's good. I don't want anything. I just go about doing it and move on in my life. And I don't let my circumstances change how I think, what I feel, and what I believe. Because I don't try and impress anybody. Whatever people say and think about me is their business. So it doesn't affect me. So I'm at peace. I just thought about something called worry, and I will put that in another video. Anyway, so continue the story. I says, well, imagine on this road there is one car, one driver, and somebody need help with the sidewalk. He's not going to stop and help. But if there's a lot of cars, he's going to stop, block the traffic, so everybody see him helping, because people want to be liked, to be appreciated, put on a pedestal, to be noticed by people who don't really care about them, and it's all temporary. People are trying to impress other people. People are just consuming and impressing. That's their life. But it's not mine. I'm at peace all day, no matter my situation. I don't believe things happen to us. Somebody go, oh, it's happened to me. Things don't happen to us. It happens for us to teach us a lesson so that we gain from it, so we can overcome it, to make us stronger, so we can lean more on God. And once we've overcome that, we can actually help other people with the same problem. He said, bro, can you do me a favor? I go, what's that? He said, can you repeat everything? And he took out his camera and started recording. I went on and talked to him more about it, and I will discuss more about that in my upcoming videos. Anyways, cheers. Have a peaceful life. I love you.